officially live at RTU Ikon Radio. It's the 4luvofboxing Radio Podcast.
Woo!
Look who's with me. It's Mr. LP. It's Valley of the Sun. Jerry Munoz in the house. And off camera, we got the Great One in the house. What's up, Great One?
What's up?
All right, look, we're highly represented and we're going to be highly reactionary. Hey, bro, big fights last weekend. We go right into it.
Man.
What y'all see, man?
Well, what a fantastic day / evening of boxing.
It was amazing
started
day.
Off at the Lola with the pre-fight party, and shout out to everybody that popped in and showed some love and also got on camera for the interviews to help the contents regarding the show. And I got a chance to rewatch it a couple of times, and that was awesome. Shout out to Flash Media Sports and LP Sounds for making it happen with their equipment and their expertise. Woo! That shit was awesome.
Look, you dropped the Ric Flair. What it is, Jerry, what it is. Very special day for you it was, man.
Yo, it's your boy Jerry, a.k.a. Mr. Valley of the Sun on IG and Twitter, where you know I love to talk boxing, and I'm the proudly reigning, defending single father of the year, and it was on full display last week. But yesterday for the brand, for all of our brands, for the event being here in Phoenix, and Matchroom brought it. That was a great fight card. All the local fighters on the fight card brought it. Start from the bottom and move all the way up to the top. So we had Muhammad. He came out victorious. And then we had Philip Vela, who fights out of the Phoenix area by way of Las Vegas. He was victorious. And then big shout out to Trini Ochoa. Came up a little short, but it was a lesson learned for the young man. And he's already back in the gym.
I saw that too.
He's very motivated.
That's how you got to kind of do it.
That's how you have to do it. Yeah. Why wait? Why soak in the sorrows? You know what you do is you live and learn, and you keep moving forward. That's showing his maturity. He was here a couple weeks ago, so I got a lot of respect for their team. So I want nothing but success for them and nothing less. So keep on that grind. Your success will come.
Shout out to Trini Senior and Junior, father son combo trainers and fighter. I'm sorry it fell a little short for you guys in this home of scrap, but guess what? You'll bounce back, and we can't wait to see it.
Heck yeah, we'll be here to support you. Let us know when you want to come back in studio, bro, to promote the next one.
Doors always open.
I'm hearing rumors that you might be fighting really, really soon. So if you hear some news, let your boys for Love of Boxing know about it. We'll be love to break it right here next week if we have to.
Yes, sir.
And then you go to the main card, and man, our homie Jordan Martinez shined. He shined bright.
Man, he captured the crowd, captured the moment, man.
Yeah, he really did. Well, he earned the moment. You know, he came out, and that was one of the longest ring walks.
Awesome ring walk.
It was one of the longest ring walks.
He was showcasing that swag and confidence that he's carried.
Good for him, though. That was his opportunity to do so, and he did it great and valiantly. And he held his own. He got off to a really quick start, and then. What was the homeboy's name? Cardenas came on pretty strong in the middle, started landing a little bit of that right hand, getting some of his own shots to the body going. And as soon as he lands something, then Jordan came back with a nice 4 or 5 piece combination. Just let him know that he ain't giving in. And some of them rounds were really tough to score, but you had to give some of those rounds to Jordan over Cardenas because he was landing more, he was throwing more, he owned the center of the ring. You know, he pretty much wanted to do what he wanted him to do.
Listen, for me, as we were watching there ringside, I had scored at 6-4, and I thought I was going to be pretty liberal with me, right, considering Jordan's our guy, right? Man, I went back and rewatched, and I now scored at 7-3, bro. It actually was further in distance than what I thought, bro. Watching Jordan work, man, amazing. Young man, you did it. That's all I'm going to say is you did it. You captured the moment, and you did it, bro. Can't wait to see what you got next coming up.
So you got.
Yep, I'm proud of you, man.
I'm not too sure if you guys noticed me as we're sitting there ringside. Like I was on the edge of my seat during that fight. Yeah. I couldn't sit comfortably only because I felt like I needed to be closer to the ring.
Yeah.
And
row one.
No, it can't get much closer. But yeah, the homie next to me on the opposite side of y'all, you know, he's a casual fight fan, and he's a brother from another mother, and he looked over to me and he's like, "Bro, are you nervous?" And I'm like, I've never been more nervous for a fight.
Yeah.
And I think it was only because I wanted so much for him. I wanted so much for Jordan.
That's a little homie, bro.
And while he was
he's been here with us about at least 4 times.
While he was putting in work,
while
he was putting in work, in my mind, I was just like, man, like if the dude gets his hand raised as he's leaning towards in this fight, like it's not just going to be a great moment because we had our name on his trunks, but to see him get his hand raised because it was a hard fought victory and we were just along for that ride. You know what I mean? That journey, it would have been fucking phenomenal. And as the decision came out, it was a draw. You know, it was a split draw.
Yeah.
You know, one judge had it 8-2 for Jordan. Another judge had it 6-4 for Cardenas. And the 11,000 other people that were in the audience all had it for Jordan.
Yeah.
You know, and
that was pissed off. All that booing you heard on the broadcast, that was the crowd being pissed off. They all saw Jordan win. Yeah. I saw Jordan win.
You know, that was the crowd. That was the crowd being honest with themselves.
I saw Jordan win, man. Yeah. So hey, shout out to Ricardo Hennis listening in. I see you out there, bro.
That's what's up.
Hey,
but I just want to recap regarding Jordan, though, man. I'm so proud and happy for this young man. He's been carrying this it factor every time he's coming into to here to speak with us, and the fights we've seen him at other venues and stuff. You know, he's got this swag, man. He's got this confidence aura that he carries, where he knows that this is his destiny, and this was his moment. And as you guys mentioned, man, that ring walk, man, he took his time. And it was beautiful. He was just soaking in the moment. He wasn't letting the if you will, the limelights get the best of him.
That fool danced too much. He needs to relax. Jordan, next time, relax, fool. He was dancing too much, wasting too much energy.
But once he got on that ring, it was go time, and he flipped that switch, and he was on beast mode, bro. It's just crazy that he's such a kind, very polite young man. And then just to see him become a monster once he's in that ring.
He's a fucking monster. He's a scary dude. Man,
I2 live in attendance, 6-4, very close rounds. And in all honesty, I was like, I really can't argue a draw because it was really that competitive.
I was arguing.
Shout out to both fighters, man. Cardenas, by way of Team Robert Garcia's boxing academy. I mean, so obviously he was fighting no chump. This guy could fight. But I also rewatched that fight, and I also scored it 1 round ahead for Jordan again. And what really got me, something that we've all have been talking about as we've been watching this young man grow, and his footwork was on.
Oh, what you wanted to say was Guapo Damas was dead on with telling you that his footwork had gone next level. That's what I think you wanted to say there,
I've been giving him props from day one, homie.
From day one, but yeah, last week when we did the predictions, if you do remember, nah, my friend, I kept telling you that work he's doing.
I've been giving Jordan his props with his footwork, bro.
Yeah, I love the shit. Everybody go back and rewatch, you'll see.
But with that though, I think that was the talent part. Cardenas is a solid fighter, and he's got a plethora of experience compared to Jordan.
Yeah, and
it was not a factor because that fast footwork that Jordan was possessing, and it wasn't even obvious. It was very subtle movements, getting out of range, just ever so slight. Where I thought maybe like ringside that they were touching Jordan, but then when I watched it on camera on the zone, I was like, ooh, slip. And that one round where we thought the best punch of the fight transpired, where yes, Cardenas did touch Jordan Martinez, a la Roberto Duran skill set. You know, that's a skill set that's very rare. That's actually carried out these days. So shout out to the Fuentes Boxing Gym and Chewy, man. You're doing your thing, man. You're actually teaching these fighters some old school tricks, and that rolling with the punch was supreme. Because had he not know that skill, that could have been lights out. Phoenix.
Yep, man. And then staying on Arizona being victorious, Abel Ramos did his thing on that card and was victorious, bro. Mm-hmm. It was so cool to see him actually push through, because at one point in that fight, it was still 50-50 up in the air, man. You didn't know where it was going to go.
He took on the younger, taller Smalls by way of Philadelphia, I believe, right? Mm-hmm. He was a Philly fighter who was coming here to do his thing. He had one of those, what bout was it? The IBF? Intercontinental? I don't remember, but he was defending a bout. Anyways, undefeated young man, and was taking on a seasoned veteran in Abel Ramos, and I was even a little offended for him too, man. Ramos has been on the short end on a number of decisions, and his record doesn't suit regarding what kind of fighter he is, because he's a hell of a lot better fighter than what that record actually portrays. With that, yes, as you mentioned, the younger guy was definitely off to a great start, and I remember ringside, I was listening and hearing those body shots. They weren't really freaking coming on too early in the first few rounds, but Abel Ramos started paying dividends, banging to that body as often as he could. And he too was using some nice footwork to get in there to freaking do a shift pivot and freaking hit that gut. And my goodness, once he slowed him down, he was there for the taking, and it became an excellent freaking scrap where Abel Ramos just gutted out a solid victory, man. That was awesome. I'm so happy for him too, man. To see that thrill. I rewatched that fight. I watched the whole fight card, but the raw energy, that raw excitement when he finally got that close decision call, I was so happy for him. I even shed a little tear for him too. So shout out to the Ramos camp. Shout out to Abel Ramos, man. Congratulations.
I think the word you're looking for is a lubrication. He was so over the top excited within himself, almost like if there was a world title on the line. And so Abel Ramos mentioned to me right after the weigh-ins was that his plan was to use his experience, try to get him into the late rounds. And so I mentioned the deep waters.
100%.
And then
that was exclusively by Valley of the Sun.
And that's pretty much exactly what he did. He paid dividends to the body early. And the other dude was a lot faster than him. Smalls was a lot faster. He looked like he was a damn good boxer. He looked like he was going to use all four corners of that ring to just box and box and box to the point where I think it was like second round and the crowd was doing the wave only because it was just like we just saw Jordan and Cardenas throw down for 10 rounds and every round was exciting. And the first two rounds of Smalls and Ramos was going to be just a boxing lesson. And then they had to keep themselves occupied. And the Matchroom team noticed that the wave was going around and they were into it. And no, for the record, there was no Sweet Caroline performed that night. Yeah. But back to the Ramos game plan is it did pay dividends towards the middle of the round. Abel Ramos started getting and landing cleanly to the head, and then that body work was just obviously recognized by the judges because some of the judges had Abel Ramos a lot more ahead than I thought he was during that fight.
Listen, at that interview at the weigh-ins that you actually got that exclusive with Abel Ramos, man, he manifested it almost damn nearly word for word with the way it actually ended up playing out, man.
They executed the plan to the T,
yeah, bro. Man, as you were sitting there watching, man, I mean, I'm sure you couldn't help but reflect on those words that he had actually given.
As the fight was going on, I was just like, yeah, like that's exactly what we talked about.
Yep.
And I'm sure he had that same manifestation with plenty of others in the media at that time too. But yes, sitting right there watching him work, it was a thing of beauty. I mean, the guy came in great shape, and he showed his experience because most fighters losing those first couple rounds early, you would have got a little, frustrated. Yeah. And then maybe they would have completely forgot about the game plan and just went into, like, I got to win now mode. Yeah. So Abel Ramos and the Ramos Boxing Academy in Casa Grande, saludos a todos for everybody in that team.
Big up to Casa Grande. Yeah.
And then since we're talking about that fight camp, his nephew, El Mono, Jesus Ramos, just got the key to the city this week from Casa Grande.
Oh, nice.
There was a big honor that they had there for him. So
congratulations.
They are making some investments back into that community, and they're being recognized for not just their successes inside the ring, but also outside.
You know why I'm laughing? We're all, hey, can we spot Jesus? Nobody can spot Jesus. Then towards the end, once we were, Navarrete and Sugar were about to be done and it was about to be stopped, we turned around and he was sitting in the row behind us, bro. Yeah. It was so
Jesus Ramos was?
Yes, he was.
During Abel's fight?
Right there.
During the main one, too, bro. He was sitting there a whole fucking time.
Orlando Salido was, too.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Orlando Salido was sitting there, too. I was telling him how, that's the first man to give Lomachenko lessons. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, and then so Abel Ramos got the victory, well deserved. And then the co-main event was Emiliano Vargas, the son of the legend Fernando El Feroz. And he got bumped up to the co-main event on that fight card. He fought Quintana, who was
Argentinian beast, bro.
Hey, that dude is tough. That dude is really
super tough, bro.
You know what?
Super tough.
Very intelligent
he
fighter,
brought
bro.
the aggression towards Emiliano, and I thought he was making him a little uncomfortable at times. But
I felt bad for him that he got stopped, bro. Like,
he was one round away from going the distance. He deserved it.
That whole way, bro.
He deserved it, And again, too, hey, the refs are in there to do their job, and who's to say that one round could have changed his career? But But as a fighter,
tough as nails.
You know,
tough as nails.
I give him credit, you know, in defeat, and then of course Emilio Vargas did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know, and capitalize on that opportunity, being the co-main. He's done being undercard. He's going to be co-main or higher for the rest of his career.
Yeah,
so he got that jump start here. He has a lot of respect and love for the Phoenix area.
And this is low key like his home away from home too.
Almost.
That's what he said in the press conference too. That's what he
Yeah.
said. I'm coming back out to Phoenix again to headline my own card. That's what he said.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
So
be happy
and
to
then
be there too,
of
bro.
course the main event. It was not quite a back and forth tussle as we expected, but it was still a fucking banger.
No, it was an ass kicking.
Nonetheless, you know, two Mexican warriors, and it was on full display. One just happened to be taking more punishment than the other, and that was Sugar Nunez, who was defending his IBF belt against the WBO champ Emmanuel Navarrete, and you know, and Vaquero came out and he felt him out, and then obviously he just got on his boxing. He got on his boxing.
He big brothered him, bro. He by the end of it, he was pretty beat up, bro. It was, man.
That was a good stoppage.
Sugar was tough. He was tough, bro. But man, that's just an animal coming at him, bro. The rumors of his demise were exaggerated, bro. Is all we gotta say.
There was only one person who picked Sugar Nunez out of our camp.
I'm gonna eat my words, man. I was dead wrong. I actually picked Nunez to actually pull off the KO victory.
Shame on you.
He didn't believe in himself when he picked it. Just for
stronger.
everybody at home, just so you know, he was just mad because Vaquero told him he had to learn how to speak Spanish. That's it. That's the only reason he went that.
Still a big fan of Vaquero. Let's not get it twisted. But it was a beatdown. I mean, although the former champ Sugar Nunez was in the fight or trying to be, he was never a threat to actually win or hurt Navarrete. Navarrete was pretty much every time he got hit with like a big shot or two, you can see Emmanuel come through with a 4 or 5 punch combo and all awkward, typical Vaquero freaking angles and stuff where you just can't see him coming. And Nunez, he took him though. He was taking them hits, bro. I mean, but it was busting up his eye pretty bad though.
I mean, it was obvious the level of skill. It definitely was very, very big separation, or a bigger separation than we anticipated at first, bro. You can't fight too many of those fights like that if you're on Sugar's side and really survive in a game like boxing for too long, bro. That kind of a fight is like, man, he actually sat there and he tried to give it back to Navarrete, and that's not the guy that you stand there and try to give it back to.
In my opinion,
not like that. At least
that was just his warrior mentality, fighting one of his heroes and stuff, because he did fanboy Emmanuel because he grew up watching him a little younger, right? But Nunez doesn't fight like that though. He's a big puncher, but he's actually pretty smart in regards to his dissecting and stuff. I just think he didn't have a choice because every time he got any slight close, Navarrete was banging away and he was getting touched. He's like, well, if I'm going to get hit anyways, I better try to swing for the fences. It didn't work out for him.
Well, you want me to tell you, at least for me sitting there and watching that fight, where I think he went wrong was, I think his approach, bro, was I think he had to come out and win early and then try to do enough to try to get Navarrete out of there, because going down the stretch, once Navarrete heats up, Navarrete goes downhill very good. He's like a V8. I kept telling you, he's a V8 once he warms up. That fool won the early rounds. It was all over, bro.
All the way to the end, and if we would have saw the final rounds, Emmanuel would have finished strong. Man, what a freaking engine. Yes, what an engine that mofo has in his freaking lungs. My goodness.
Help people, bro.
And what's more surprising than anything is he's not body-esque beauty. He's got little side handles, and for a small guy too, like he's not chiseled or anything of the sort. He doesn't look like a fit man, but my goodness, is he extremely freaking has serious cardio.
He's my hero, bro.
That dude, the dad bod.
Fuck yeah.
Shout out to the
Team Dad Boss, bro. Yeah, no, Emmanuel Navarrete is not going to be one for any type of muscle mag covers or anything like that. But what he is going to embrace is boxing mags, combat mags, because he's a fighter.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Amazing fighter.
And he was the underdog at that fight last week,
a lot of people were counting him out,
which still is mind-boggling to me, bro. And I'm just like, who? What?
You know, bro. The rumors of his demise were exaggerated, bro.
He still has a lot left. And speaking of, aside from the name fighters that we just mentioned that was ringside, there's a couple of others that's in his radar. Raymond Ford, and O'Shaquie Foster.
O'Shaquie Foster was right there.
Ironically, O'Shaquie was quoted saying he was there to scout out the winner. However, the only person he called out that night was Raymond Ford.
Well, they got into it ringside, and Raymond Ford's been calling Shockey out. And so Raymond Ford was trying to get himself back on that, trying to get himself on the map. Shockey O. Foster, he was sitting next to us, and I was trying to pick his brain a little bit. Not willing to indulge too much with me. Obviously, you know, he has yet to grace these airwaves because otherwise he probably would have been more open to conversation. But nonetheless, he did answer a couple for me, and one of them was he preferred to fight Navarrete over Sugar Nunez if the verdict was the opposite way. But
he lied to you 100%.
He definitely lied to me, and there's a lot that he could have been lying to me about. And he didn't make a fan out of this guy, who obviously was not just trying to pick his brain just to see what the first thing would come out, but just his body language, his personality. You know, what is he willing to share? With somebody else that's sitting front row ringside. And
we're sitting here in the same boat as you, man.
And so
you ain't better.
Long story short is I don't know if he's going to get that work. He can, because they're both with Top Rank. But he's a WBC champ at that weight class, and Navarrete has 2 belts in that weight class.
Well, it's funny you say that. I actually came across an article that I read this week where they're saying that for the September 15th weekend pitch that they're going to have, it's Mexico versus the world. And it would be Navarrete versus O'Shaquie Foster.
They mentioned that, and I heard about that, and then I don't know how accurate that article is not coming from like the Ring magazine or anything.
It's not,
Who, what, where it wins, it doesn't mean nothing, bro, until there's contracts are signed. And even with the contract signed...
Yeah, but it's interesting, and for Banter's sake, that'd be an interesting fight, bro. I don't think O'Shaquie Foster wants anywhere near that fight. I stick to my original comment that I'm now set by him, because last time we got words in, but we weren't sitting by him. He was just actually walking by, right? This time we were literally sitting in the same fucking row with him, and I gauged the same shit, which is he doesn't want no part of Emmanuel Navarrete, bro. That's a whole different type of animal that I'm sure he's never been in with somebody quite like that either. You know what I mean?
I saw
and I understand. I mean, yeah.
I saw something also online, and I'm pretty sure every fighter, including O'Shaquie, is thinking this. They see him fighting, they're like, man, look at
nothing
this,
special,
look at this sloppy
slow
style. I'm gonna fuck him up. Sign the contract. Let's do it. 2 minutes into round 1, oh shit, what the fuck?
Where the fuck that uppercut come from?
He's so you
that motor, bro. That motor starts turning over.
You cannot prepare for a fighter that's that awkward, man.
That was one of the questions I asked him. I was like, how do you fight the style of Navarrete? And then he kind of just smiled and looked the other way at that point, So
I don't know how either.
Yeah. maybe one day we'll all find out.
Listen, I always give my opinions as to how I'm kind of reminded with Navarrete. I usually say something about the Tijuana Tornado being in my mind with how he reminds me, right? I'm actually going to play upon a guy like you.
Margarito.
No, Antonio Margarito, but I'm actually going to say, to me, when it's all said and done, I think that Emmanuel Navarrete is going to be remembered in the minds of those people that saw him fight and those boxing fans in the same way that James Toney is remembered. And that's a little bit of a nod to you, because I know you're a humongous James Toney fan. But those that saw James Toney do it, at those times you were like, holy shit, that was something different, right? And that's the same shit where you're going to, for those that saw Emmanuel Navarrete, you're going to be like, damn, that was something different. And that may not be like something that transcends and you go, oh, he was the greatest of a generation.
You're not going to realize it until he's gone.
Yeah, until he's gone, then you're going to go, shit, man. At least he was something different.
I'm going to reiterate again, you guys. Yes, I was wrong on my pick. I'm glad I was, though. And I did mention it. It's like, if I'm wrong, I hope I am wrong. Because I'm a big Emmanuel Navarrete fan.
Not big enough.
Not big enough. Not big enough.
Hold on. I don't bet with my heart, man. You know what I'm saying? My head was telling me otherwise, and I was wrong, and I own that. But
well, you should have bet me with your wallet then.
Let me ask you guys this, though. Is his career at this moment Hall of Fame worthy?
Yeah. Given some of the other people who have been in the Hall of Fame, already. I think his body of work is definitely enough.
Yeah, I agree.
But the thing is that let's not even talk about that yet because he's still got some years.
There's still plenty of mega fights with that focus.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if him and O'Shaquie Foster fight on September 15th, that's a fucking big ass.
So that's what I was trying to get at. Hold on. At this moment right now, 3 division champ.
If he retires now.
He took on the likes of Isaac Dogboe twice, Oscar Valdez twice in epic battles, and he's
kicked the shit out of Oscar Valdez in the last one.
Everything else in between right there, okay? So I think it's definitely a Hall of Fame career right now.
He will not be first ballot, though.
But he's not.
No, it wouldn't be first ballot. I don't think so either.
I think it would.
I don't think he's first ballot.
But my point is,
it's harder.
I'm a humongous. No, that's different, bro.
And he proved to us last week that he's not done yet.
Now listen though.
He has at least 5 more solid fights.
And some were writing him off, saying that he was over the hill.
Yeah. Some people were saying he was quite done. Now listen.
Father Time. Father Time. I think was.
Hear me out, because he also doesn't take. He also doesn't take time off, bro. So when they said about that Mexico versus the World card, that's a September 15th card. There's still Cinco de Mayo card, or a couple months in the summer in between, which Navarrete from here to there may fight 3 more
he's a busy
times,
fighter. He's
right?
always been a busy fighter.
Having said that, so you tell me he fights Fulton in between September 15th and now, and then he moves on to fight O'Shaquie Foster on the 15th. Now you're telling me that's a first ballot Hall of Fame resume if he gets those wins in there.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to give Fulton. I think he has a mandatory against that Suarez guy again.
And if he takes care of business against that Suarez guy again, man, then that's still,
So what I'm hearing is that yes. So he got Suarez. He says he's willing to take Suarez if O'Shaquie's not next. But the problem with that is, the fucking sanctioning body's shenanigans. If he takes on O'Shaquie, he's gonna lose one of those belts because he's got to give it up. But nonetheless, though, the game plan is to go back and collect that belt, though. Exactly.
Hey, that's all right. He's gonna gain O'Shaquie's belt in the process.
Exactly what
anyway.
Alexander Usyk did. You know what I'm saying?
Potatoes.
I would rather see him versus O'Shaquie Foster straight up.
I gotta make one more solid point about Navarrete that I found out after the fight was that this was the first time in his whole career that he brought a nutritionist into his fight camp. He hired a nutritionist to obviously make and prep all of his meals and stuff during fight camp where it wasn't so hard for him to make that weight. And that helped his stamina.
It must have been definitely a big factor because he was on game the whole time. You're absolutely right.
First time of his career.
He got stronger throughout the fight.
He looked really good.
Even just for an extra few more years, but he found the fountain of youth, if you will, in regards to his game plan. And I cannot wait to see this man in action again.
You know what's crazy for me with the whole interactions and the whole way that the fight played out? I've never been so disappointed yet impressed to be disappointed. We met Navarrete at the presser, bro. I was expecting to talk to an animal the same way he fights. This fool is one of the most professional,
both of them,
cool, well-spoken champs. Nice both of them were amazing, and I was so disappointed that he wasn't an animal, and yet at the same time so impressed to what level of professionalism he brought, what level of humble that man carried.
That's what separates the man from the boys in this sport. In all honesty, you don't have to be
you don't have to yap. You don't have
to be street thug, mean and shit out on the outside and on the inside. You got nobody to press it. Because what's wrong with you being a nice person? Not be timid for people and fans to come and say what's up to you and stuff. And then, like I've been telling you guys, those that know how to turn on the light switch, flip that fucking switch and be like, go time. Yeah. I'm a nice guy. Hey, how you guys doing? Manny Pacquiao is very prime example of just a good guy. I never had a chance to meet Pacquiao in person, but even Ray Beltran co-signed the situation that I thought from afar that he's the most nicest guy, and he's like usually the most nicest guy are the most dangerous ones because you just don't see it coming.
Are you trying to tell me there's still gentlemen in this sport of boxing? Not enough. There's not enough. And these two, Nunes and Navarrete, are two class gentlemen, bro. Great for the sport.
It's very rare, and so what we're doing is giving credit for those that actually carry themselves as such. And
shout out to Manuel Chavez tuning in.
That's what's up.
What's up, Manuel? What's up, man? Thanks for tuning in.
So right before the main event was a prideful moment in my father journey was, if you guys didn't get the message already, but my beautiful and talented daughter sang the U.S. anthem right after the Mexican anthem, and that was right before they introduced the fighters out of the corner for the main event. She did phenomenal. Couldn't be more proud of her. It was a beautiful moment, not just for the Valley of the Sun team, but for all the brands, for the For Love of Boxing podcast, and for her personal journey. And very excited that she had the opportunity. It's going to be
full of deals, all pride in
it's going to be the first of many. Trust me, it's going to be a lot more expensive getting a ticket that she's performing at in the very, very near future. So in case she is watching this episode, Mija, I'm very, very proud of you. I love you so much. It was fucking badass to be sitting right there and to see my daughter do her thing in the center of that ring, as if she was headlining the main event. Yeah. Fucking badass. So yeah, that fight card was amazing. Everything about the atmosphere. I'm hearing a lot of positive feedback from some of the media that came out of the state that was covering the fight, and then also too from the promotion and everybody involved with the promotion. Obviously the Phoenix market is hot and has always been. We got a lot of rabid fans here. We would love for all those fans just to continue to support local boxing and support these big events. And when you consider that there's going to be a big fight coming up here in the Phoenix area, know that the For Love of Boxing podcast will bring to you the tailgate party before all those major events. 100%. If you came out to this last one, like Mr. LP said, kudos to all of you that came out there. Kudos to the Lola and everybody else involved with the production and the fans that showed up. It was a fucking awesome day last Saturday for the For Love of Boxing podcast.
Thank you for Axel Perico Rosales coming through and saying what's up. Demo Watson coming through and saying what's up. Rambling Ralph coming through and saying what's up. It was
blessed us with 2 giveaways of signed David Benavidez boxing gloves, which was awesome. Yeah. We made a kid's moment, his first fight with his pops there at the arena, and they stopped by the Lola to say hi. Beautiful 100%. Thing. If you guys don't mind, we're talking about local boxing. I want to actually take this time to go ahead and segue into that. So for those of you that are tuning in right now, I want to make a quick announcement that's going down tomorrow. I got to give a big shout out because Kingdom Boxing Gym in the South Phoenix, in the heart of South Phoenix, on 24th Street and Broadway, are going to be hosting Fight Night. 24th Street and Broadway, Kingdom Boxing, Coach Boom and his team is going to be doing it. Doors open at 3 o'clock. First bout is expected at 4:30, and we're going all night. You can definitely catch For Love of Boxing booth there in the house. We're going to be doing the usual, selling all the merchandise, and I'm going to be having some giveaways just to give to y'all. In addition, Flash Media Sports is going to be broadcasting the event live. If you can't make it, you can still tune in on YouTube and watch it. Also, LP Sounds is going to be setting up the camera and stuff, and we're going to be doing interviews on the spot from fans, parents, and the fighters alike. We're going to have fun all day and night. Come by to the booth, come to the event, and check out some local boxing. Support your local boxing events. Seriously, these guys, they put blood, sweat, and tears, literally blood, sweat, and tears, to prepare for these freaking matches, and let's give them a crowd to be entertained and cheering them on. Man, shout out to Kingdom Boxing. Shout out to Coach Boom. And I cannot wait for tomorrow. It's going to be fun day. And I know my man Jerry's going to be joining me as well. We're going to be interviewing these peoples all day.
Yeah, so that's tomorrow, Saturday, March the 7th. And once again, that's Kingdom Boxing off of 24th Street and Broadway. Just off the freeway right there in South Phoenix. Come through, support them local fighters. There's a lot of good food in the area. Shout out to Cocina Madrigal. Yeah. That's about a mile away from there. You could either get some food in you before going to the event, or maybe some food right after the event. They're open till 10 p.m. right a mile away from there. So yes, come to the South Phoenix area tomorrow. That's what that place to be for local fights. Say what's up to your boys.
Yeah, if anything, man, you're going to get some good fights in. You get a chance to come say what's up to the For Love of Boxing boys. Come on now. It's a win-win scenario for you, man. Look, listen, man. We are here live on this Friday, right? I don't want to beat a dead horse.
Beat him. Whoop that trick.
We were just talking. Yeah, no, we were just talking about the fight card last Saturday and how more big fights hopefully come in Arizona because there was such a big vibrant support for it. I'm gonna tell you straight right off the bat, right? Jordan Martinez's draw does create another big fight. You heard Eddie actually jump in the ring there and even say, man, like we're gonna run this fight back.
He listens to the fans
enough, man. He does, and so I'm very excited for what that means for Jordan and what that's gonna mean for Phoenix, man. We're gonna get another chance to kind of cheer that kind of a fight on, man.
So what Jordan did, and he maybe don't even realize it, and maybe he does, but I'm gonna throw it out there, is what he did is he left Eddie Hearn and Matchroom and the fans to clamor for more Jordan Martinez.
Yep.
And so what they acknowledged was the fan base showing up early for the first fight card, and they were loud as if it was the main event. So Eddie is a smart businessman. He realizes that there's some potential here, and then the fact that it was a draw deserves to be ran back.
Yeah.
So he's a man of his word, and I believe the fighters are going to believe him when he says this too, and he's not just trying to sell us a wolf ticket. But he would love to probably put that fight back on over here as the co-main event, or God forbid, if they put it in a smaller venue, it's the main event. But I would love for a bigger fight card to come here and put that on as a co-main event because they deserve that shine again.
Yeah.
I agree.
No, what would be nice is if maybe we have a bigger main event, but they make it a co-main event fight in one of the bigger cards. You know what I mean? That'd be real nice.
Yes.
I thought it could have played out perfectly that way, man. You make it a co-main event and it blows it up, man, because there was definitely support from Arizona in that crowd.
Yep. Hopefully, all those local fighters that are on that card, they think about it like this. Matchroom was the lead promoter of the event.
Yeah.
They had on their roster Nunes, Quintana, Smalls, and Cardenas were their fighters.
Wow.
They went 0-3-1 in those 4 fights as the lead promoter of the event, and they want to come back here. That tells me all I need to know about Matchroom Boxing.
Well, that tells me, Matchroom Boxing, Eddie Hearn, shout out and man, respect my dude. Hey, I know he's not afraid. He does it for the sport. Win, lose, or draw. He said that's part of the game. He's like, we're not supposed to be protecting O's, man. Let's just make the best fights possible.
Man, isn't that refreshing, bro?
And
very refreshing.
Super refreshing.
Not only does he freaking talk the talk, man, but he literally fucking walks it. And I even saw him on an interview. He was talking about hecklers in Phoenix. Was like, they're like, yeah, you freaking his fighter, your fighter sucks. He's all like, this is part of the game.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some.
When I match my fighters,
He was talking about hecklers and Phoenix. It was us, bro.
It wasn't us.
When I match my fighters with the best, these things happen.
You have to.
I'm doing this for the sport.
You have
not
man.
for my brand. And
his fight cards are always amazing, man. His fight cards are always amazing.
Well, we all see.
They're going to give him shit about he's continues to take L's, and that's what people are like, hey, you don't want to sign with Matchroom, you're going to take out. No, you're not. You're going to get experience. You're going to become a seasoned freaking fighter, and you're going to become a long-term fucking veteran that's going to have respect in the game. Just like most of those cats across the pond, like the Benz and the Eubanks from back in the day. They weren't flawless records. They weren't even freaking flawless fighters, but they had arenas filled out all the time because they got a serious fan base.
Not a lot of comp tickets either. Everybody paid for a ticket because you know you're going to get, when you went to a certain promoter fight card, you're going to get quality fight. You're going to get entertainment.
Win, lose, or draw, shout out to Matchroom for real on that.
One of their matchmakers is Kevin Rooney, and he's great at what he does. He needs to get a big shout out too. So he puts a lot of the local fighters on the card, but he's a matchmaker that knows he's very intelligent about it. So. Yeah, matchmakers help make the quality events. Eddie's the face, yes, and Eddie built.
There's a lot of moving parts in it. Yeah, of course.
So listen. One of the things we said though, 4Love of Boxing had a very successful day because we were running our live broadcast right at the entrance. Thank you for the Lola. Thank you for Valley of the Sun for getting you hooked up with the Lola and being able to do that. Thank you for LP Sounds for being able to give us that great broadcast as we were going out. Right.
Flash Media.
Now listen. Yeah. Flash Media too, man. Listen. March 28th, we'll be doing the same thing. We're going to be at the Hip Hop Fest, and we're going to be having a whole stable of boxers that's going to be coming through, and we'll be getting some live interviews there. And we have maybe even a couple more entertainment type of guests that we can actually get in there, and we'll be chopping it up with and getting some great boxing banter in. So make sure you guys are staying posted, staying tuned in. You guys are following 4Love of Boxing because we keep having big things keep coming forward to us, man. We keep being blessed with all this success. Hey, listen, go ahead, man. Everybody's giving up their Friday night with us. Go ahead as we're chopping it up and tapping out here on Friday night. Go ahead and give your big shout-outs.
So, Boxing fam, I want to once again thank you guys for tuning in. Whether you're watching live or you're catching it on demand when you get a chance. thank you. I appreciate all of you, man. I appreciate seeing all you guys that actually acknowledge and see the fact that we're putting in this work for the sport. And when fans and, followers or friends on social media that stop by and just shake a hand, just give us a little love. I mean, we do it for the love. And I appreciate that the love's being reciprocated and stuff, for real, for real. So shout out to all the fans. Shout out to the promoters that are coming through, that are making the fights here where it's supposed to be, in one of the hottest freaking cities for the sport of boxing. And also shout out to Matchroom for making this happen last week, and Top Rank for collaborating and making this thing happen as well.
Yeah.
You don't see that often, and I'm glad that they're actually letting distance step away, not this whole other side of the street bullshit.
Top Rank's making their fighters busy
to make some serious moves, and why not? In one of the most prestigious freaking cities, you can do it. It's a border freaking city where it's a Latino dominant, but come on, the crowd, so bring the freaking fights that we want, the action-packed freaking fights we're gonna see.
Hallelujah!
Yeah, hey, so I want to circle back. I want to give a big shout out to the Lola for allowing us to be a part of their venue.
Shout out to Audrey.
To
shout out to Jackie.
Pre-fight party. That was dope. Shout out to Emily Boxing, girl. You know what's up.
Emily,
I love you, man. For real, I always got your back, and let's always continue to grind and work together. And I know you're super, super busy and tired. Get that rest, girl. All right. But shout out to all the fighters, all the AZ cats that are in the freaking fight card, but all the fighters. But for me, most importantly, Trini, Jordan, Abel, man.
Mm-hmm.
Love to you guys, man.
Rep Phoenix.
Your guys' hard work doesn't go unnoticed. Maybe sometimes you guys feel like, man, with the work and effort you put in your careers, maybe you don't get the acknowledged or the limelight that you probably deserve. No. You keep pushing and thriving and striving, man. Y'all keep doing you, man, and you're gonna get your moment and stuff. Just like, respectfully, Abel Ramos and Jordan, you guys had excellent freaking shining moments, and man, respect to you guys. And Trini and Game, man, I'm so sorry. You'll bounce back, man. I can't wait to have you back in the studio so we can go ahead and chop it up and talk boxing again with you. But to all you guys, man, to my brothers right here, man, from another mother, man, we're not fucking friends because you guys are family. I've known these guys for decades. We just happen to even have a hardcore passion with the sport of boxing, and we're doing this on the radio together. And I can't be more thankful in regards to that, man. So I want to end it with this. I wish you all the best, success and nothing less. And Jim, Green Eye Monster, my man, you know what's up, boy. I love you, man. I know you're watching right now with me right now next to you. Anyways, y'all, stay blessed.
So bear with me as I rant a little bit longer than Mr. LP for once, because I got a lot I need to get off my chest.
Wait, hold on. Okay, that's
all right.
Make sure we have enough time.
So this is the 4luvofboxing podcast, and I freaking love boxing. So I'm going to throw it to you like this. There's a couple different things that are going on right now behind the scenes of boxing that definitely are catching the media headline attentions and fight fans in general. And so I need to give a tip of the cap to Mr. Oscar De La Hoya and his latest clapback Thursday. It was not only eye-opening, but it also was refreshing for him to get a lot off that chest in regards.
Make sure you guys tune in this Tuesday as we'll have a full episode where we'll be discussing the whole thing going on with.
It's very crazy. It's very unfortunate, but the situation is what it is. And so yeah, tune in on Tuesday. I'm just a little teaser right there. But then earlier last week, the same Eddie Hearn who brought Matchroom Boxing here to Phoenix last Saturday lost one of his prize fighters that went over to another promotion. And I'm talking about Connor Ben, coming off the biggest win of his career in back-to-back soccer stadium events. We're talking 60+ thousand at 2 events on back-to-back that Matchroom provided for him. Yes, he's a fighter. He puts his life on the line, and he's earning handsomely for it. But there's no such thing as loyalty so much in this sport of boxing. It's very difficult that some would say that, and for you to believe them fully until you're actually, start making some money or, get a lot more attention, and then that will be tested to its full effect. But those that actually ride that out and are true to their word, kudos. Be respectful of who you keep around you, and if it's not working out, then cut ties amicably and respectfully. Go your separate ways. Do it that way rather than doing some dirty shit that's going to bring negative attention your way.
And go all the way to the top and then try and freaking springboard off and go somewhere else with that noise, man.
If you're looking for some boxing live tomorrow, there is a DAZN fight card. It's a Misfits Boxing. Our boy Gabe Rosado is on the headliner. And it's I believe it's for the Misfits light heavyweight belt. And I can't remember the name of the gentleman who is a lot bigger than Gabe. But if you know Gabe Rosado, he's a gritty fighter.
Yeah, he's still going to be game.
He's going to be game, yeah.
Man, he's a hell of a fighter, too.
And then I saw the weigh-ins and stuff, and that co-main event, one of the co-main events has two lovely ladies on it, and they got into it during fight week, and they got into it at the weigh-ins and the face-offs and all that stuff this week. So they built a little bit of hype on their fight. So anyways, it's a DAZN. I believe it's going to be either midday or evening. Check your local listings. There is some boxing tomorrow on TV. If you're not coming out to watch him here locally at Kingdom Boxing, come check out these local fighters, these amateur fighters for this local smoker event, Kingdom Boxing tomorrow night here in Phoenix. And then
Coach Boom again.
And then on Sunday, there's boxing on Sunday. Zuffa Boxing, who stole Conor Benn away from Matchroom, has Jai Opataya, who is known as the cruiserweight champion for now.
The boogeyman at cruiserweight.
The ring and IBF champion, and he's making his first title defense with Zuffa. And that's on Sunday, and that
was a big pickup.
And that's on Paramount Plus, and it's supposed to be for the Zuffa light heavyweight title.
Everybody's so high on Jai Opataya, man. That's the dude who's holding Benavidez' belts till Benavidez decides to go in the belt. That's it. That's all that is, bro.
That would be a huge fight.
It is. Benavidez going to kick the shit out of him, bro.
Yeah.
Kick the shit out of him.
With that said, though, they picked up a Ring Magazine title bout holder, man.
Yeah, that's true.
St. Zuffa's collecting a lot of names.
We'll see how it goes,
with Turkey Al-Sheikh being a part of that. Mm-hmm. And as he mentions, Conor Benn, who basically broke allegiance regarding such... Man, that still bothers me so much, man, because even his dad was a part of that Matchroom family when Fowler fucking Hearn was doing the thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I guess money does talk, right? I get that, man.
Well, it is a business, and you can't take that away from the fighter either, you know? But I think there's just a way of doing business. And to me, that's why I'm kind of like, okay, the loyalty talk, because of what Matchroom did for Conor Benn. Again,
I'm down the road, but I still gotta have allegiance and have a respect and ties regarding my mans.
You know, they stuck with him too through the year and a half when he was like fighting he tested negative or positive. He tested positive for a PED or something.
And everybody was against him.
Except this promoter.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, he moves on, and from what I hear, it's a one-fight deal.
Yeah, one-fight deal.
One-fight deal. 15 million.
Yep.
Kudos to his manager, though.
Yeah,
Kudos to his manager,
money, bro.
But definitely shame for the way that Conor Benn went about it.
It didn't play out the way they wanted it, but most things in boxing never really play.
So that fight he took a fight against Regis Prograis.
Ooh.
That's who that one fight is, and it's going to be the co-headliner for the Tyson Fury fight on Netflix in London. And so that fight's going to be, I believe, April? I think it's the end of April.
Yeah.
So that's not a fight card then. He's just
it's a ring promoted fight card, but Ring owns pretty much Zuffa, so. But Zuffa Boxing anyway. So anyhow, that fight card is building up to something that's got a lot of speculation on it. And there's another big couple fights that were announced recently too. So I just want to touch on those real quick. I mean, you got the reigning, defending two-time heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk fighting in May, and it's going to be in Gaza. I guess they got pyramids out there, and they're going to put a ring in front of the pyramids. It's going to be a spectacle.
Where? Gaza?
In Gaza or something like that, somewhere in the other part of the country.
I hope it's not in Gaza. Trump's doing some shit out there right now.
Yeah, it's somewhere where they got pyramids, bro, and they're talking about putting the fight on out there and stuff. It's going to be one hell of a spectacle for TV, but I'm just kind of like, Alexander Usyk's only got a couple fight left of his career, and he's fighting some kickboxer, making his boxing debut, and I guess this guy's a somebody in the kickboxing game, but this is boxing, bro. You're using your feet.
I mean, I'm not trying to knock you because I was a big fan in the 90s of Troy Dorsey, who was a former boxing world champion, and he went into boxing, and his record was very, very, it wasn't pretty at all, but what a fucking beast. So, I mean, I got nothing but respect for Troy Dorsey and what he did for the sport of boxing, but he worked his way up from Tuesday night fights to Friday night fights to, you know, the big scenes of taking on world champions like Gabriel Morales and freaking so on and so forth. But this guy is coming straight in his pro debut, taking on the baddest man on the planet. That's a little silly.
Yep, very silly if you ask me.
Usyk keeps ducking Joseph Parker. I said it. I said it.
And then, of course, you got Mayweather back in the news. And,
hey, listen, hold off on it, because that's also going to be a Tuesday feature that we're going to be.
Okay, we can get to there too. But yeah, if you heard the news about a certain individual by the name of Manny, you know, he comes from. Yep, I heard about that guy. Yeah, then him and Floyd. Money Mayweather are going to have another go-around. We'll talk about that. Tune in on that Tuesday episode. And then lastly, bro, big up to MVP Promotions. They are bringing boxing back to ESPN. And they said that officially today.
Oh, my goodness.
They are starting MVPW, which is going to be a women's boxing fight league. And it's going to kick off April 5th in the UK. Beautiful. And they're going to have Alicia Baumgartner headlining the event.
Should have already made $1 million off of that. Boom.
And yeah, well, he's doing the damn thing. Him and Nikisa, they are doing the damn thing for women's boxing. They are bringing boxing back to the ESPN main platform. It's a beautiful thing. We're talking Fridays and Saturdays in big venues.
That dude's doing so much for the sport of boxing, man.
Carlos's favorite female fighter, Holly Holm, they announced the rematch against Jennifer Hahn for her belt.
Should be interesting.
And so that fight's going to be in Hahn's hometown of El Paso, Texas.
Yeah. Should be a big spectacle.
I saw Crystal Poppin actually posted that, so I guess she's doing the rewalk again.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. But yeah, shout out to all the promoters that are actually doing the best for their brand, and MVP and Matchroom. And the only reason why we're talking about them so much is because they are doing the damn thing. Top ranked fighters are keeping their fighters afloat for now, but they really need to get a broadcast partner. They got to get more active again. They have so much talent, and those fighters are not going to want to sit for long.
They're going to get weary.
Golden Boy the same. Golden Boy the same. They are putting together some big fights. You know, they got the May 2nd fight with Zurdo and Benavidez, and that's half their fight card, but it's not enough. They got another fight card, a smaller fight card coming up in a couple weeks, also on DAZN. But yeah, they got to do a little bit more, and everybody in between. Fight dates are going to be hard. You're going to have to work with all these other promoters, and I love it. Everybody working together for the benefit of the fight fan. Sign me fucking up.
Yep.
Yeah. Hopefully they keep these big fights going, man, and they don't turn it into where they stop working with each other.
And if they want to bring big fights, bring big fights to Phoenix AZ, and the boys are going to do the tailgate party, and we're going to do the whole day event. It's going to be a blast.
That's good. Are you done with your shout-outs, my man? Look,
That's
he did
it.
say he was going to double up Mr. LP.
Hey, we're talking boxing.
He wasn't lying, bro.
There's a lot of boxing going on that we're excited about. There's a lot more we didn't even talk about. We got Fundura Thurman coming up at the end of this month, too. That fight card is going to be, I think, entertaining enough.
And real talk with Jerry basically saying this, man, y'all better be staying tuned because we got so much more boxing to be talking in these next coming episodes. You dig?
And I do got one final shout out.
Go ahead, bro.
My sister from another mister, Adriana, her beautiful daughter, Audrina, has a Sweet 16 coming up. So your boys are going to be live in full effect over there. We ain't going live, but we going to be there getting live. But we ain't going to be live. Your boy's going to be lit. I'm going to have a good time over there. Very proud of that young lady. Shout out to Adriana Pena and her fam. They are fam of this broadcast too, and so I love Adriana like a sister. So I got to give a shout out to Adrina, and shout out to everybody over there at Betty Fairfax High School, the choir program, and they got a New York trip coming up. So I look forward to celebrating her, give her some blessings so she could have a good time during that trip. So your boys are going to be in the house next week, and looking forward to it. So yeah, shout out to that young lady and that fam.
Yeah, indeed.
Yep. Listen, I've been waiting patiently. I only have one shout out this week, man. Big shout out to my son, Steven. Man, he's my youngest of my kids, and he is turning 18 years old today, and is the last one of my children to be an adult, man. So, man, I just got to let you know, son, you validate me in every sense of the word. Man, my existence is only happy because you're part of my life, man. I will always be there for you, and anything you should ever need in your life, understand that your father will be there to help you through it and guide you through it should you need my guidance in anything, man. But I will even see how that even plays out, because I learned more from you in my own life than I'm sure you've learned from me, man. I love you more than words can explain. And to you, man, the world is at your beck and call. Salute, my son.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Steven.
And we most definitely are out. We'll see you back here next Friday, but make sure you tune in this Tuesday for you get that Oscar De La Hoya, Virgil Ortiz Tuesday, where we're going to be talking about a little bit of what's going on with that. Yeah. See you guys later.
Baby.
We out.